Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. It's been a while since I've hopped on a Facebook Live, but I thought, why not? So I am coming to you live from my favorite place in the world, my bed, and this is where I spend my time working when I'm not seeing clients, or sometimes when I'm seeing my virtual clients. But there are a couple things that I wanted to talk about, which I'll probably be doing in a series of lives, a series of videos. Over the weekend, I was thinking about work and thinking about my clients during my daughter's soccer tournament, as one does. And three things came to mind about my clients, and three situations, I guess, that my clients talk about, and that is recovering from a cesarean section surgery, a diastasis recti, which is a separation in your abdominal wall, and the other is incontinence. Incontinence or light bladder leakage happens for various reasons. So these are the things I'm going to be talking about in a series of videos, but today we're going to talk about cesarean sections. And for those of you who don't know, I had two. And that's one of the reasons why I do the work that I do, because this is one of the things women experience that can happen as part of their delivery, vaginal or C-section. Some people opt for it, some people don't. But what do you do after cesarean section surgery? What do you do to help yourself recover? How do you rehabilitate your body? These are some things that I've talked about before in the past because, like I said, it's something I've experienced personally. I experienced two C-sections. One with my twin daughters almost 16 years ago, and then 19 months after my cesarean section with my twin daughters, I had a second cesarean section with my third daughter. So that is, one, cesarean sections are major abdominal surgeries. Two, to have a cesarean section that close together is a big deal. And just by having one C-section surgery, it's a big deal, and it should be rehabilitated. And I have mentioned this before to some of my clients and in previous videos and some articles I've written. It's amazing to me that a cesarean section surgery does not automatically allow you to receive physical therapy of any sort. So Pilates, as many of you may know, is born out of physical therapy. It is a form of therapy, and Pilates is the best way to rehabilitate your body after pregnancy, after surgery, cesarean section or otherwise, hip surgery, anything, because it's so gentle and it's so great for everybody because you just start where you are strength-wise. And we work by building a strong foundation first, deep core muscles, and working outward. And it's balanced, and we make sure we work in proper alignment and we're getting the full body. It's not just working one muscle or one muscle group on one side of the body. We balance it out so that you're in proper alignment. So, cesarean section surgeries. When I had my twin daughters, I'd been on bed rest for 2 months before going in for a cesarean section. Prior to going on bed rest with my daughters, I was dancing. I was a dancer. For a few years, I'd gone to UCSB and studied dance, so I was pretty active. But what happened with my body after sitting in bed for 2 months was that my muscles completely atrophied. And so after having been sitting on my butt for 2 months, and then having had an emergency C-section, I was extremely weak. And they say, get up and start walking as soon as you can. Well, when you have a cesarean section surgery, you're cutting through your abdominal wall. I read the hospital reports to my surgery, and the way it was described for my surgery, and I don't know if it's the case for my second surgery or if it's the case still 16 years later, but they blunt cut through the muscles, rolled it up. This is the rectus abdominis, which is the top layer, the six-pack of abs. Blunt cut through, rolled it up, pinned it, cut through the other layer, and then made their way in to cut through the uterus and to get the babies out. So there's a lot going on there. You've got your abdominal wall that's then stitched together, stapled together, and so there's a lot to it. When your abdominals are weak, and it takes quite some time for them to heal, and I had complications with my first cesarean section. It didn't quite heal as quickly or as properly as it should have. So it takes some time. When your abdominal muscles are weak, it can affect your posture, it can affect your back, and it can affect your neck. So some of the things that I see now in my clients who've had cesarean sections, whether it was, you know, a couple of months ago or if it was 25 years ago, is they're experiencing chronic back pain, chronic neck pain, or extremely poor posture. And that's because when your abdominals are weak, the brunt of your work it goes to the back. The back takes the brunt of it all, of the weakness. So, you know, as moms, we're carrying babies, we might be nursing our babies, and a lot of the time that makes us round forward, which then brings our abdominals like this, which weakens them more on top of having been cut. So when we can strengthen our abs, it strengthens them, it lengthens them, it also supports our posture, it improves our posture, but also relieves our back. So anytime we're crunched over, it compresses each vertebra and it pushes on the disc, which eventually, with too much pressure and too much weight on the spine, those discs, which are soft, can be moved one way or the other in between each vertebra, sometimes pushing out so far that it hits a nerve, which then can cause, you know, nerve pain and running down the legs and other things. Same with the neck. When our neck is jutted forward, it puts pressure on the spine, can squeeze those discs, which then again can move sideways either way and hit a nerve, which can also cause nerve pain, radiating down arms and elsewhere. So for women who have had a cesarean section surgery, it is highly important, very important, that you do rehabilitate afterwards. If you have had a cesarean section, you've not had this information given to you before about how important it is to rehabilitate or what can happen down the line to your body. If you have more questions for me, if you need help re-strengthening your abdominals, reconnecting to them, please contact me. Please send your questions my way. You know, we as moms have so much going on in our lives anyway, taking care of our family and our homes and our careers, whatever it is we do on a day-to-day basis, that having backache or neck ache or any sort of pain just doesn't allow us to do it as at the you know, optimum level that we hope to. So if you have a friend who's had a cesarean section, please send them this video. If you have questions, like I said, post them here and I'd be happy to answer them. Or if you want to send me a private message, I will answer those messages as well. But I hope this was helpful. And if I didn't answer any questions you have, and like I said, please post them here. I'll pop on again next week sometime and talk about diastasis recti, which is the separation in your abdominal wall that can happen during pregnancy. I see clients for that as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.